I thought money would heal me and money would make me happy.
I've got another quite interesting question. So what's something about addiction that most people completely misunderstand?
That you can cure it. That you can cure it in such a small time, and it can stay cured. I mean, it's like alcoholism can't be cured because of the hypothalamus. There's no cure for the common cold or food poisoning. So you can't freak out over it. But yeah, you can cure it 100%.
Right. Okay. And that's interesting because there will be a lot of people that'll think, as they sat maybe with a bottle in their hand, I'm never going to get out of this, ever.
Everybody with a bottle in his hand right now, you can fully recover. You can fully, where the compulsion to drink is taken away and the mindset is changed and replanned, even online, is 100% possible. We have a 98% success rate in America. The nearest one to us is 12%. I mean, we're very serious about this, So yeah, as long as you do the work, do the research that we've done has been in depth. And we're kind of the go-to people in Hollywood. It's correct. And like I say, people, you can't be cured from addiction. My answer is, says who? Who's telling you this stuff? Well, I go to AA, good on you, but it's not medical. It's not medical fact. It's not psychological neuroscience fact that you have to go to 10 meetings in 10 days or whatever is the front say. It's the medical facts that you can fully recover no matter what you're going. We're even doing early Alzheimer's now where we've seen a 13% increase in Alzheimer patients over a 6-month period. Unheard of, because again, we don't believe that A, the brain is hardwired, or B, that neural pathways go dead. They go dormant, and you can re-alive them neural pathways with the right treatments. Again, everything that you're going through, guys, I've seen miracles in and outside.
Did you say Alzheimer's then, Rob?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So
okay,
we have this software. My company's called BreathBox Studio. So if you want to go on, guys, have a look. BreathBox.studio.
I think I've had an email the other day about BreathBox.
Yeah, you probably would have. Yeah, just to go and have a look at that. I mean, it's a software. We're doing miracles with it, and first session is free. So what can I tell you?
I'm intrigued. The only reason I ask about that, just to get that Alzheimer's thing, just make sure that I wasn't misheard, because obviously I used to be a carer until last week. I was a carer for a lot of people with Alzheimer's. We got a lot of people with Alzheimer's. That's our role. So that's interesting. That's an interesting talk. I'll have my fiance about that afterwards. So just for you, Rob, what did addiction take from you that still affects you today, if anything affects you today?
Wow, what a great question that nobody's ever asked. Abandonment. When I was abandoned by everybody. I still have this. Okay, so I've never been asked that, and I'm never going to answer as honest as I am going to do now. Because I like you, Brian. I like your openness. Until the last couple of weeks or months, I surround myself. I drive a $350,000 Bentley. I do all that stuff. And all that was, Brian, is proving to you that you love me because I'm successful and rich. So you'll love me. So the abandonment was still there until, like I say, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks ago when I sat down and I watched a video online. It was a TikTok video, and it was a very well-known sports guy. A rapper, a music guy on there. And he, where's your gold watches? Where's this? And he said, why do I need all that? And he said, well, you not got a what? And he said to the interview, what time is it? The guy said, it's 2:00. And he said, how much that cost me? He said, I don't need outside stuff to show you who I am. I know who I am. I remember when I met Arnold Schwarzenegger some years ago, the discipline that he has is why would anybody think? And who knows, guy, I travel to work and back, which is 7 minutes. That if I drive a beaten Ford that cost $1,000 and not 350,000, who knows? And who cares? Nobody cares. I thought everyone's looking at me. Oh, look at him. Look at that roll. Oh my God, that's very expensive. Who cares? Nobody cares, guys. They're too busy paying for the freaking own rent and trying to afford meals. And there's me. Do you like me? Because if you don't, I don't know how I'll survive. And it was a big eye opener for me. So I'm slowly getting rid of that shit. I have an appointment tomorrow to sell my 2 watches, and I think I'm going to give my Bentley back and get a Ford or something. And that was all around the abandonment, because I didn't want you to leave me.
I get that. I've got abandonment issues from not having a dad around and not a great mum.
Yeah.
So I've gone through that whole process of, setting up a business going. And I'm a little bit like you, Rob. I've just only in the last couple of months come to terms with who I am as a person. Yeah. And I set up 2 failed businesses, right? Clothes business and this medicinal business. But they failed. Well, they failed, but wrapping it up, and it didn't work because I set them up to prove to people that I was better than. So they were my Rolex and my Bentley, right? And it's really difficult in the abandonment, because especially if you haven't got the people that abandon you to go to them and go, hold on a minute.
Yeah.
You weren't great with me.
Yeah.
And I deserve more than that. So I get that. I feel that from you. And thanks for being so honest, actually.
Never
because
told
I think
that. Never said that on another podcast. And I'm on Rogan, I think, in 4 weeks, 5 weeks. Joe Rogan, he has about 18 million listeners. And I won't disclose that on there. So this is like an exclusive thing that you caught me up at the right time to share that, because that's intimate stuff for me. That's, look at me kind of thing, where I don't really know that shit around me. I mean, I really don't. I have 2 English bulldogs, a beautiful wife, crazy house, and I've got everything I need, and put me in a tent tomorrow with my wife, my 2 English bulldogs, my cat, and I'm as happy today as I was a year ago. That's where I am right now. So I don't need all this shit around.
It's an inner satisfaction, isn't it? Because my therapist told me to write a letter to my dad and my mum. And that's where that stopped me then. That made me go, I don't need to have a £1 million business. I don't need investment to turn it into a £35 million company. What I do need is I need a car, and I don't care if it's 20 years old. It gets me A to B. That's fine. As long as I get enough money to get my small holding, because that's my dream. I just want a small holding, not big. Bit of land for my dog, because he struggles with anxiety. Vegetables, land for animals to raise and live off. That's all I want.
Dream. That's the dream.
When I was younger, when I struggled, I wanted a Ferrari. I wanted to win the lottery and have a big mansion and stuff. So it's strange, isn't it? And I think a little bit of that comes from council house living.
Yes. When you get there, it's not that fun. No, you work most of my life. I get there and you sat on private jets and you're like, oh my God. Then after a base, it's like, I've got to go to work again. And just realize at my age that, and it's took me a long time working on myself, is I've done it. Well, I've got nothing. Nobody cares about what I do, really, apart from my work. Nobody cares. And it's freeing, guys,
Yeah. Oh,
but everybody wants to be rich. Everyone wants to be free. Of course they do. That's everyone's dream. But when you get there, it ain't all. I thought money would heal me and money would make me happy. I remember buying my Porsche 911. I don't know, high six figures. And I've got one of the most expensive. Of course, I did offices in Dallas and driving to work, and I'm freaking miserable, Brian. I'm miserable. And I got to work, and it's like, no amount of money is going to cure this. So I had to go back. This is about 4 years ago. I had to go back and seek out somebody that would take me through my own stuff, because there was still a lot there, and nobody's perfect. I'm perfectly imperfect. I have flaws. I do shit today that's like, really? You do that? You shouldn't be. I know, but I'm heading in the right way, and I'm changing where I see flaws, and it's hard. The patterning brain wants more and more and more and more. Because I come from a council estate. I didn't have a privileged upbringing. I just, listen, Janet, if I could earn I don't know, 50, if I could save 50 grand, Janet, in the bank, all our problems are over. Got it. Just 100. Just 250. If we get 250 in, man, and then if we get first million, Janet, I swear to God, first million. If we get to 5 million, it just never stops.
Oh, yeah. God, yeah. Oh, I've had that. I've had those talks.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is. I think it is into we come from nothing, and then when you get something, you don't want to let go of it, so you try your hardest, and it can drown you sometimes in that dream to sort of prove that you are worth more than your upbringing.
Especially with homelessness and alcoholism. But go get it, guys. Everyone wants to earn money. There's nothing wrong with that. Go earn money. Staying sane while you do it is the hard bit. But be proud of what you do.
I think you're doing amazing, Rob.
Thank you, man.
By the way, you've done that. And I just think you're an amazing sort of inspiration to people. For me, I mean, I've not finished the questions yet, but for me, definitely, because I'm still going through therapy and I've got some stuff to deal with. But you've just made my next session with Claire, my therapist, so much more easier. So we might actually get to the point quickly in that hour session. So you talk about trauma being the gateway. Can you explain that in a simple way for our viewers to understand?
So everything psychologically, illness-wise, cancer and everything is based on trauma that you've been through. So that is the gateway drug, as we call it. It's not the stuff that's going on now. It's the stuff that's been done previously to you. Again, normalized that you've not really known, or you haven't known, because it creates this image of you in the conscious brain that you'll never be good enough. And if you do get to college, then you're the imposter syndrome, and all goes back, man. So if we could go back and work and clear all that, wouldn't that suffer a lot of illnesses and addictions? Well, of course it will. But people still believe that the illness they got is because of, and you don't want to touch it. It can't be childhood trauma. I mean, I went through this and abuse, but I dealt with that. If I had a dime for every person that said they had dealt with it, I'd have about $100 billion in the bank. If it comes to mind, you haven't dealt with it, you know? And the brain spotting pulls it out. But yeah, sort your childhood trauma out. And the same things go on day by day by day. But the childhood trauma stops you from seeing them opportunities, if that makes sense. Yeah. So once we clear that up and find your identity, so there's two, we did research on the death penalty, the guys on death row in Texas, and we come down to two things. Most of them that got to the chair were insane. Our identity often isolate them, just like COVID. But once you find your identity, okay, and you're out mixing with people, so all them dopamine, everything's got, you become a very dangerous person, but you do it for the right reasons, you know? It's like there's nothing you can't do. There's nothing, guys, at home that you can't achieve. Now, if you go, well, I can't beat, stop. Of course, you're going to be right. But let's face the fact. I'm not into politics. I don't give a shit about it. They've done nothing for me. I do nothing for them. But psychologically, let's look back a second. Several years ago, when Donald Trump was going for the presidency, and he got the presidency. So we had a guy with no political experience whatsoever who was made president. Don't dare tell me you can't achieve your dreams. Somebody's put that there. And that's why it's the gateway drug. So, you know, I was kicking a ball, you know, Brian, at home, we were kids. Johnny, where you want to be when you grow up? I want to be a footballer. Billy, I want to be a doctor. What happened to them dreams? I'll tell you. Yeah. They were kicked out of us by family and friends. They didn't mean to. Don't be stupid. You can't go to college. You can't be a doctor. You live on the council, Billy. People tell us we can't do something. I was sick of people telling me I can't do shit. I was embarrassed where I lived. I hate people treating me that way. And we found out I was on the council estate. I thought they looked at me different. They probably didn't. But yeah, man, you've got to realize. Cheap, don't you? Yeah.
You can't help it. It's difficult. It is a difficult thing. I get you completely because I've got the people that go, you're just going to be a soldier or a lorry driver. And then when I didn't become a soldier and a lorry driver, oh, well, God, who do you think you are?
Right. Yeah. I was saying, my dad worked for the gas board. I started a job at a gas company when I was, you know, just about to go to college. And I was like, no, it's not for me. You know, my brother, he went that way. He's got 4 kids. He lives in a council house, you know, not enough to paycheck to paycheck. I didn't want that life. And I congrats my addiction for that. It's like it took me away with the attitude is what's the worst thing can happen if I did this? Yeah. What are they going to do? Take my birthday off me? Who gives a shit? And then you realize that time is running out. You know, I'll do it tomorrow. Stop. Yeah, if you don't do it today, you're not going to do it. Well, no, stop. I mean, if you have a thought, like tonight, if I'm at home, I don't eat shit food, but let's say if I have a big kind of cold big bag of chips, crisps, and I'm with the wife and I look on TV and there's Arnold Schwarzenegger and I turn to the wife and I go, hey, I'm thinking of going to the gym tomorrow. I ain't going to the gym tomorrow. She knows it. I knows it. The 2 dogs know it. Even the cat's walking back going, really? I don't think you're. But in the first 7.3 seconds of that thought pattern, if I get up, go to the bedroom, put the sneakers, training shoes, and put it near the door where I'm going to go out next morning, there's a good chance for me doing it because I've moved forward in the first 7.3 seconds. But if you keep putting off tomorrow, man, you wear it all the time. 1 minute, I'm waving them off to kindergarten. Next minute, I'm waving them off to college. I don't know where the time's gone. That's your life slipping away, by the way, guys. And you still in the same old. I go home now. I meet my friends, so-called friends, I'm not anymore, in the same old pubs, drinking the same old beer, talking the same old crap. It's like, I can't because if I hang around those guys, I'm going to become those guys, you know, and I can go back and help them, but I can't live there anymore. And people need to start getting excited about life and people have to realize that you can do anything you want to do because what I would hate, guys, is this. If you got to the age of 80 or something like that, you look back in your life and you realize 2 crucial things. 1, there was nobody watching you. And 2, you could have done what the fuck you wanted to do. I mean, you really could. But we live, everyone's watching me. What if who cares? Who cares? And if anybody says you can't, the answer is, says who? Who's making these rules? I don't like these rules. I'm going to make my own rules up because nobody cares. And we like to think we do.
You do. You got to paddle your own canoe, haven't you, Rob?
Of course you. If you don't do it, nobody else is going to do it. If you don't believe you can't start an empire, nobody's going to believe you. You can't steal your best idea. No one's going to believe it starts with you. You are your own healer. And you can build confidence and be the leader you always wanted to be. And again, if you just shrug that shit off, it's like, well, Johnny around the corner said that. I don't care because nobody will ever negatively comment on anything that you do if they're doing as good as you or better. It's only the gods. Two kinds of people in this world, guys. I'll leave you with this. Two kinds of people in this world. The people that love you for who you are and the people that want to be you. Boom! Mic drop.
That was great. I've just got, I'm going to ask you just one more question if you don't mind.
Yeah. No.
Just one final question, right?
Yeah.
What would 18-year-old you think of you today?
Wow. You know, I posted something yesterday. I got a 14-year-old picture there, something in me today, and people are like, oh my God. Yeah, he would think that I'm living a life beyond my wildest dreams. He will think that I've done so well for myself. He will think that all the pain that's coming your way is worth it. He will think that my joy today is helping people. That's what he would think. I mean, who would have guessed it? A council estate, homeless, alcoholic bum, being the leading authority in the addiction world over here. It's almost virtually impossible, but it's doable.
Doable, isn't it? All you got to do is say yes.
You've got to really believe, you know. So if you look at quantum physics for a second, guys. So quantum physics is a well-known science, but it says we can be in several places, or part of the science does, several places at one time, that nothing's real, nothing's solid. So let's say you're on a football field, there's 22 players on there, and you close your eyes a second, guys, and just imagine 22, or for me, 22 Robb Kellys. And I close my eyes and I see every Robb Kelly on that pitch. Then you ask yourself a question, which one do I want to be? Do I want to be over near the goals when I get the ball, I'll kick it in the net and I'll be the hero of the game? Of course I do. How do you get there? You walk over and you take that freaking position. You don't beg for it. You don't crawl for it. You put yourself in a mental place, psychological place, that you believe it's already happened. I tell people all the time, you see that little car outside, I was 20 years old, get into it as if it's a Rolls Royce. Start acting, put your head up, start talking in groups, start asking questions at offices, smile at people, compliment people, give somebody $1 who's looking for all this stuff builds character. And then you'll realize one day that, hey, there's nothing that's stopping me. And there really isn't, guys. There really isn't.
So just one last tip. If you could give a tip to all of our viewers, our audience, our listeners, about what can they see about addiction before it ever happens to them?
So it's just, it's the time spent away from family. It's the time spent away from work, or the isolation. If you have to ask somebody, do you think I'm an alcoholic and addict? You're probably an addict or alcoholic, depending about the family stuff. But yeah, it's just, routine with brain patterns. All in patterns, that's how the brain works. So I love it when I speak to English people and Scottish people. So we all get in a bus like a Jolly Boys out in America. So going, what? And we go out to the seaside and we have a skin fall and we have a laugh and make a fool of ourselves. And we get back on the bus, which seat you sit in the one you traveled there in. Even if that's my seat you sat in. That's a pattern that you can see, an obvious pattern, but a loads of pattern that's going on in your life that you don't know you're self-sabotaging. So you have to start changing stuff up, Oxygen is very important. Make sure you get plenty of it as soon as you wake up, like really deep oxygenated breaths. And then go out and expect great things. You have to expect the idea of the mind change and the connection with a power. So a mind is energy. You can't see it, feel it, touch it. And it sits inside the brain. So it's mind over matter, the brain. Yeah. So the mind runs the show. If you can start believing and convincing yourself that you're this person that you've always wanted to be, then you will become that person. It's shown time and time again with research is that we've done is be authentic with yourself and don't believe there are any limits and put boundaries in your life, because you're probably the same Brian years ago. Hey, Rob, are you coming to the center? No, I can't come. I'll tell you I can't come because my aunt his uncle's dog. The dog's sick and I how about no? Yes or no is a full enough answer. Hey, Rob, no, thank you. And another, oh, nice top. Just something thank you. Really hard for people to say, man, especially people that are going through psychological stuff.
Yeah.
Like, just stop today, man. Calm down. In the moment, you have to live in today. Living the life that you want to live is not in tomorrow, it's not in yesterday. That's called depression and anxiety. You have to live in today. So stop putting shit off. Contact the brother, contact the dad who you've not spoke to for 20 years, because I'll tell you something now. When they pass, if they pass before you, you will never forgive yourself.
Do you know, I could talk to you for hours.
Right.
And I hope that at some point after here we'll keep in contact, because I think you're fascinating.
Thank you, man.
But you have been open, honest, candid, experienced, professional, all of those words. Like superlatives could come out of my mouth, whatever. But you've been amazing. And I'm so glad that you contacted us, because I think our audience will just lap you up, Rob.
Oh, I hope so, man. Blessed.
Fantastic. So, yes, thank you, Dr. Robb Kelly, for your expertise today, and having a blether with Barbara and me.
Hey, listen, before you go, listen to this, guys. So I've done thousands of these. It's not a brag. It's just what it is. And I'm telling you now, if I told you what podcasters are over here, you'd blow your mind. You're in the top 3 of podcasters that I've ever been interviewed by. And I'll tell you why. First of all, you look great. You're nice and calming. And secondly, you ask questions that I've never been asked before. And the most important one is you don't interrupt the guest. Even like me, when I go on for ages, you just patiently wait. Not getting paid for doing this, Brian. You will soon, man. You're amazing at this. So thank you so much.
Oh, that's really nice of you. Thank you very kindly. That's good. At this moment in time, I don't think you realise those words mean a lot more than you actually probably imagine. But yes, thanks very kindly for your time and your input into my mission. So thanks a lot, Dr. Kelly.
Thank you.